I just want you all to know I'm sorry. I'm sorry for giving him those chances. I'm sorry. I see things now. I see them clearly. And I think I saw them way too late.
How are people surviving right now? I just took my family to the Cheesecake Factory, okay?
Love that place.
That's not a fancy restaurant. It's a decent restaurant. It's not something you're going to make reservations at. 2 adults, 4 kids, all ordering off the kids' menu with a tip $140.
This is the Henry method. He has a pretty large following on the conservative side of social media because of his economic analysis, specifically around Trump's economic decisions. Here's the problem, though, with Henry.
Everything is about to get cheaper. Your groceries, your bills, everything is going to get cheaper. Trump just announced this at inauguration.
That's him back around the inauguration telling all of his followers everything is about to get cheaper. And then it gets even better.
Trump's tariffs are actually going to help inflation. It's going to help our economy. Let me explain.
That's you after the tariffs were announced. This is you after the tariffs have been running for a couple months.
Trump pauses the tariffs on Mexico. This is why tariffs are going to help the United States.
And then there's this.
Trump's tariffs are causing inflation.
And this.
We've entered a recession. Everything's about to get cheaper.
But that didn't happen, and since you have been flip-flopping nonstop for the past 8 months, you had to resort to the one Trump card that you guys can frequently play.
You see, the past few years, we've technically been in a silent recession.
Ah, yes. It's Joe Biden's fault. Now, my favorite part about that entire sequence of timelines on your page is that this is the running narrative on the MAGA side of social media.
The left just relies on brainwashing and people with no critical thinking skills or common sense or just logical thought process. And
so what does liberal stand for? Well, I'll tell you what it stands for. It stands for lacking in basic education, reasoning, and logic.
Okay. But the cherry on top is somebody who is a conservative economic analyst on social media who has basically been justifying every single thing that our president has done for the past year is this.
I just don't know how the average American family is getting by right now.
Dear MAGA Americans, I think that many of you deep down are perturbed over what happened with Renee Good dying at the hands of an ICE officer. And I think that you know that something is amiss in the country. Everyone, it's Rich here at Leaving MAGA at leavingmaga.org. For those of you who are in MAGA right now and you're questioning whether this movement is for you and whether you should stay in MAGA, maybe the death of Renee Good is the final straw for you. Maybe this is where you say enough is enough and you walk away from MAGA and leave behind a movement and a leader in Donald Trump who have made acceptable, avoidable deaths and suffering. And maybe this is the exit ramp for you to join us at Leaving MAGA. We are a community that counters the toxic community of MAGA. We are one of truth. We are one of fairness. We are one of love. We are one where people reclaim their individuality, a community where you no longer need to dehumanize other people, and a community where you no longer need to justify the unjustifiable.
You know, sometimes the best thing to do is just to sit back and watch, even if the house is on fire, especially if you had warned someone beforehand of an impending danger, but they ignored the warning. You know, when it is time to, face the consequences, you can't help but just, watch. A lot of MAGA supporters before the elections were very confident. They were very loud and they were very sure. And they told everyone that Donald Trump was a genius. Trump himself was just stamping about how he has this special talent when it comes to matters, the economy, and that he understood business better than anyone, that he understood the economy. And that everyone criticizing him just didn't get it. All right. But now what is happening? Some of the same people who were the loudest in those Trump rallies are now so shocked at what is happening, and they can't understand at what is happening with their God-sent economic savior. And this is not trying to be mean. This is really just observing. This is what is happening. Yeah.
To every American that's having trouble with this, I am sorry I voted for him. I regret it with all my heart. I feel like I've enabled this monster to destroy democracy, destroy everything that is good in this country.
We've got a very crazy man driving the train, and he's going to kill this country.
And Anthony, are you voting a straight up and down Democratic ticket?
Not only there, I am actually for the very first time contributing across the board, across the country. And I've never, ever written a check or spent any money on anything political because I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
I've been a lifelong Republican since the day I turned 18. For the first time in my life, I'm going to vote a straight Democratic ticket. Is if they're connected to Donald Trump, they are not connected to me.
So you now are no longer a Republican?
I am not, no.
Because of Donald Trump?
Because of Donald Trump. It was no longer the party that I joined. It's morphed into something that's almost unrecognizable.
You were a lifelong Republican.
Right.
If somebody had told you, say 15 years ago, that you are preparing to vote a straight up and down Democratic ticket in the midterms, you would have said what to them?
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
So why are you now doing it?
To see Republicans not stand up to him, and the ones that do are just quitting.
I just think there's no values left anymore. There should be values. We have no values. He doesn't have any values. I thought he had values.
So this is going to be me explaining why I left MAGA and I want nothing to do with it anymore. I noticed the second I started calling out my own side, I wasn't debated. None of that. I was literally just labeled as the enemy and as a leftist. Somewhere along the way, the whole small government thing turned into unquestionable authority. And let me make this very clear, I do not stand for either side anymore, because I genuinely believe both parties are owned by the same people, and voting to me is just an illusion at this point. And at the end of the day, they just want us fighting each other while they laugh at the top. I am watching people excuse things they would have called tyrannical 10 years ago. I watched no new wars just turn into more conflicts overseas. And honestly, I jumped off the MAGA train right when Donald Trump said, "Are we still talking about Epstein?" Yeah, we are. Before anyone says, "Oh, you finally woke up," I still stand on my conservative values. Most of MAGA aren't real conservatives anyway. I mean, I've even seen people cheer for what happened to Renee Good, call themselves Christians. Just to make it clear, I didn't celebrate what happened to Charlie Kirk, and I will not be celebrating what happened to Renee Good either, because what happened was just completely unjustifiable. I am right now just watching people straight up lick the boot while not thinking that it could be them tomorrow. I thought that I voted for mass deportations when clearly we haven't even had 1 million. And now I'm seeing that it's just for more surveillance on Americans and non-citizens. And I just refuse to defend a movement who protects power instead of people.
Soybean farmers, you are about to be treated like a fool by the Republican Party and Fox News and some of the mouthpieces. You're about to get flooded with all this information about how Trump just struck this massive deal for 25 million metric tons a year for 3 years with China of soybeans.
3 years.
Right? Trump saved you. The Republican Party just saved you, right? Saved your farm. You were getting 27 million metric tons. You were selling 27 million metric tons last year under Biden. He made a deal for less. And that doesn't even take into account the 6 months from May to October where there was nothing. You were getting paid nothing. The American Soybean Association estimates that soybean farmers lost an estimated $10 billion in those 6 months. $10 billion. 6 months of worry and fear and how am I going to make payments and what is going on by soybean farmers. And now Trump and the Republican Party are going to swoop in and say, like, look, we just saved you. They're the motherfuckers who took it away in the first place with this tariff war. They're the ones who made your life shitty and made you live in fear. Now they're going to give it back to you and expect you to cheer them and be like, thank you so much. I can't believe you saved us. They're the fuckers who did it to you. Like, what the actual fuck? So watch this. Watch. It's going to be all over Fox. They're going to say, like, look at this historic deal. Incredible for farmers. I can't believe what he did for farmers. It's less than what you were getting.
The Democratic Party has always said they're going to do something. They don't. They only want our votes. And then they don't do nothing.
Huh?
What does this shirt mean?
It means that the Democrats are stupid and that Trump should be president.
What are the 3 branches of government?
The 3 branches of government, legislative. Oh, fuck me.
He's drunk, probably.
Of course he is.
Legislative. Oh.
Judicial.
You don't help me. Judicial.
She just said it, though. She said that.
Yeah. Judicial. I don't know
What
the
does
other
this
one.
have to do with politics, though?
Well, I mean, this does have to do with politics. I'm not well informed, but I am informed a little bit.
But you're tired of stupid Democrats.
Yes.
Imagine being so broke, you got to crowdfund regret. Y'all remember when this woman put that big old Trump tattoo on her forehead? Y'all remember that, right? Now Miss Girl is online begging for money. Begging for money. Socialism. So she can get it removed. I thought this was the perfect case study in Trump supporters and what they look like in real time. No money and no backup plan, just lifelong devotion. She loves capitalism, but now she wants to use GoFundMe to help clean up the bad choices that she made on her own. That ain't rugged individualism. That is socialism with a ring light. Honestly, I think Erica Kirk need to step in. I really do. I think she should step in and offer to get this Trump tattoo removed from this woman's forehead, but then in exchange offer her a Vance tattoo, but she got to get it on her lower back. Yup, so she got to choose. Either keep that big ass Trump tattoo on her forehead or to keep Vance on her lower back as a reminder. Both of them are a bad decision. Either way, she earned it. So no, nobody should be giving her any money to clean up her own mess.
Hi everyone, so I'm with one of my really good friends. She voted for Trump.
Regret.
And you know what? Well, yes. But guess what? It's not time for us to do that. The time is come for us to figure this shit out. Okay?
It's time. The medical field is getting fucked right now.
Right. So when the healthcare starts to be affected, we're fucked.
We're all fucked.
Yeah, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
So guys, we have got to get this together. I get that we're all like, fuck Trump and fuck everything and fuck these people that voted for him. But guess what? We're all in this together. Right? Yes.
Yes.
And I know people want to hear that you regret your vote.
As of right now, I'm very unhappy with where we are economically, for sure. It worries me.
But guess what?
We're all
this needed to happen. We needed for him to win, rigged or not, for him to win and for all of us to come together. So what we are saying tonight, let's come together. Exactly. Let's come together. We're all Americans.
Stop the division.
Stop blaming. Stop saying what if, what coulda, woulda, shoulda. Let's get it together.
We have to at this point.
Yeah, we need to.
It's bad.
Yeah.
The American flag stands for compassion, kindness, liberty, and justice for all. We're all human, and today I'm asking for one human act of compassion to please let my dad come home.
Quick question. Did you think that the American flag stood for compassion and kindness when you voted for who you voted for? Because let me show you something.
And the science and experience we've developed here will live on through you. On behalf of the board, the leadership team, and myself personally, thank you for your passion, your ideas, and your perseverance. Perhaps more importantly, while we assembled phenomenal individuals together as a team, we fostered an even more phenomenal culture together. While war in its current state will not continue, our culture will ensure so many of these relationships will continue going forward, both professionally and personally. Your work mattered, it still matters.
That was my CEO, shutting down our entire company, where that man has dedicated his life to science and treating cancer patients such as your father. And we had to stop. All of us got laid off because of your vote. So let me ask you another question. Would you still regret your vote if this didn't happen to you personally? Because I went back a couple of videos on your page to find out where was the outrage when this happened to a child, an American child that was deported mid-cancer treatment. And what I saw on your page was you being hot. I didn't see you being outraged. I didn't see you being upset. I didn't see you speaking up. So your cry is not really regret or remorse. Your cry is entitlement. You're crying because you were told no. You're crying because they denied you. Because if they had accepted your father to stay here, you wouldn't regret your vote. You would think that your president was still your hero. Because the outrage, the remorse...
I need to say I'm sorry.
I voted for him. I thought he was going to help folks like me. I really did. Now my SNAP's gone, my Medicaid's gone. They cut off my heat and help last week. I don't know how I'm supposed to buy groceries next month or keep the lights on. I ain't got no.
Some people are like, what a baby. God damn. Why are you all ruthless in the comments?
I'm federal.
Who do you work for?
DHS.
Do you have your ID with you?
No, I don't. Who's the guy in the white shirt?
That's the colonel.
Colonel, tell me.
So I'm gonna ask you to step out of the car and we're gonna walk back to the back of your car, okay?
Are you serious right now?
Yes, sir, I am. So you said you're coming from Miami, going to Islamorada, and going back to Miami. Yes. What are you going to Islamorada for?
Are we really doing this right now?
Sir, I'm just asking you a simple question.
Are you guys really trying to me right now?
I'm just asking what you look like you're impaired. I smell alcohol coming from you, so I'm just asking how much you had to drink to make sure you're not too impaired to drive that vehicle. Your eyes are bloodshot. They're kind of glassy.
Are they really?
Yes, sir, they are.
Show me.
I don't know how you want me to do that.
Take a picture.
And then also the way that you were seen driving, you're like kind of swerving and stuff.
Guys, look, I'm SFST certified.
Okay, so am I. I'm a drug recognition expert. You know what that is?
Guys, come on. Guys, are we really doing this?
You know,
Lane, we are both law enforcement. I'm going through a divorce. Don't take my kids, man.
I have to
I'm
do
not taking
anything.
your kids from me, man. I'm just making sure that you're safe to drive the car. You drank too much to drive a car.
No, I haven't.
You did. Okay, could you get back in the starting position for me, please? Just left foot on the line and right foot in front.
No, I got you, Lane.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
Okay. All right, you got it, man. You can do it, okay? I don't...
You don't understand.
Okay. I just don't want to be standing on the side of the road any longer.
About this, but...
Okay. I can show you the one leg stand if you'd like to... Okay.
I'm going through a divorce right now.
You're missing all this. It's either a yes or a no.
Just give me a minute, all right, deputy?
I did give you a minute, sir, but we can't stand here for this long, okay?
Lane, I'm federal law enforcement. I'm going through a divorce. My wife is trying to take my kids. I'm just... You know what it's like to be law enforcement?
How long do you need, buddy?
Just give me a minute, all right? Guys.
That's what I'm trying to do, the exercise. That way we can move on.
Are you Haitian?
That's nothing to do with my wrist, buddy.
My question was, are you Haitian?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where he's from. Okay.
Let me talk to your supervisor.
Not right now, sir.
Oh, hell no. Lock his ass up. Oh, my
Okay, awesome.
He's cooked.
1001, 1002, 1003, 5, 1006. Guys, what the are we doing right now? Seriously.
Scott, can you be honest with me? How much did you drink today?
I had about 4
For what?
drinks.
I'm not going to do this in front of your kids, man, but you got to come with me. Now you can put your hands behind your back. If you're going to pull away, then I'll do it in front of your kids. You are under arrest for driving under the influence, okay?
Lane, you really me, man.
Man, I'm not the one that drank today and drove.
An ICE agent gets upset about being separated from his kids while ICE keeps tearing families apart. What about my kids? You're driving drunk with them, sir. See how hateful and racist they are? Being in a situation like that, how could he notice or care about officers' ethnicity?
If you voted for Trump or you're coming back from that MAGA Republican thing, I'm not telling you what to do or what to think, but here are 3 things that I would recommend. The first thing is that a lot of people are going to be mad at you, and you just kind of got to sit with that and let it go. Lord knows my life has been a mess on many occasions, and I do believe there's always room for people to come back and to make some change and to be a better person and grow. The second thing is that you've got to get out there and repair some of the damage that is happening. A lot of people are hurting right now because of the things that Trump and the people in his administration are doing. That means a lot of folks are going without food, they can't pay their rent or utility bills, and many people are afraid to go to the store or do anything else because ICE might come terrorize them or grab them. Whether they are a citizen, whether they are undocumented and have been here for years trying to contribute, make a good life, whether they are an asylum seeker that is fleeing violence in another country or some other combination. It doesn't do any good to sit in shame and silence and hurting and worrying about stuff and judging yourself if you could be making some change and some action. And truth is, you're going to feel better if you do it. So I recommend putting down the news cycle and social media and doing some work in community to reinforce your neighbors wherever you may be. The third thing is that Trump and the people in his administration, particularly the DOJ, the FBI, and some of those other agencies, have made it very clear that they recognize they're deeply unpopular and they can tell that people don't like what they're doing. They're making life worse for all of us, and they know that they're losing because they don't have good ideas, policies, or actions that make our lives better unless you are a billionaire and hanging out with them at their big parties. Trump and the DOJ have already said clearly that they don't want all eligible voters to vote, just the ones that agree with them. So that means they're going to harass and persecute anyone they think is a political opponent. You know, we've seen that already, and we're going to see more of it this year. That means that we need people doing elections protections work to make sure that our elections remain free and fair. What you can do, contact your local elections clerk, your school board member, your city councilor, county commissioner, etc. Hit them up today. Just say, like, this matters to me. I want everyone's voice heard and vote counted. That's what matters. Where can I help? Common Cause is another great option, and they have chapters in a lot of places. If you can't find a local elections or democracy protection group, you can just start a meetup in your neighborhood or your area. Don't wait for someone else to pick it up. Start having that conversation. Start thinking about how you can protect people who are voting and making sure that it works. I guess I'll just close by saying once more, there's always room for people to come back and to make some change and be better and to grow. And you can move in that direction today. We all can.
All right. So, well, it started with the face of confidence. They were very confident at first. And let's be honest, the MAGA movement was built on just nothing but strong feelings about pride, about identity, and taking the country back, actually, you know, and that is something to really highlight, taking the country back. And it wasn't really about sitting down and reading economic reports and you know, selling a real economic agenda that was going to help the people. It was about the energy, the rallies, the vibes. And if you questioned anything, you were told that you just did not understand economists, you know, and you were told that Donald Trump, their savior, their economic savior, was playing 4D chess, that tariffs were smart, and that the trade wars that he was, you know, talking about in those rallies were going to be a big win for America and, you know, for MAGA. But here's the truth. The economy doesn't care about the vibes, the big rallies, the big, you know, hearts and red capes. It doesn't care about the chance. It really reacts to real policies. What you do. What do you do? If you start trade wars, it reacts to that. If you do, you know, the tariffs, it reacts to that. And so, shortly after he took office, Donald Trump took office, reality kicks in, of course. And now some of those supporters are feeling the pressure, of course. The high costs, business is struggling, uncertainties, instabilities, you know, and suddenly the conversation looks like it's beginning to change. Like, you know, different questions, like what is happening? Why is everything so expensive? Why is everything so chaotic? And you're just like, but this is what people were warning you about, but you didn't listen. Policies don't just hurt the other side, really. If maybe MAGA thought this was always going to hurt, you know, anybody else but them, you know, but that's not the truth. Policies will hurt anybody, everybody, you know. You can't vote for disruption and then you act surprised when suddenly your own life is feeling disrupted. And, you know, that's just the plain truth. Now, here's the hard truth. And this is the uncomfortable part. It's hard to feel sympathetic for these people who are warned over and over again, and they ignored the warnings, you know, and they even mocked those that were trying to explain reality, who were trying to warn them. Democracy gives you the right to vote for who you want. That's okay. But it doesn't protect you from the consequences of that vote. I don't know if they knew that before, you know, going to the ballot, you know. Sometimes people have to learn the hard way. And right now, that is what we are seeing with these MAGA people, learning the hard way, you know. Reality happening. And now, to be fair, not every one of them is admitting to that, you know, they made a mistake, that, you know, they effed up. And because people have an ego, but some are even, we have seen some are doubling down. They're now blaming others, they're blaming other countries, they're blaming immigrants. They are even now coming up with conspiracy theories and blaming them. But I think quietly, some are realizing the truth. Maybe we didn't think this one, thoroughly and through, maybe confidence isn't the same as competence, and maybe being loud doesn't always mean being correct. I think maybe they're realizing something like that, and that maybe that's a tough thing to admit, because people are normally egoistical. People have an ego, and it is what makes people feel it hard to say I was wrong, But really, this isn't even about MAGA per se and only MAGA. It is something bigger than that. When you vote emotionally, instead of logically, reality eventually will check on you. Reality checks, and reality doesn't argue. It just shows the results. So yeah, some people are now crying, some are shocked, some are feeling actually betrayed by their savior, but maybe the real lesson is simple, and it is this one. Don't follow politicians like they're celebrities. Don't ignore warnings, even if they're coming from the people that you don't like, especially. Don't assume that bad decisions you make will only end up hurting others or the people you don't like, because eventually they reach you too. And you see, that is exactly what we are seeing right now with these MAGA people. Yeah. So that's my take on it. I don't know what you think about it. Share with me what you think in the comment section below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.